Some of them are bots or just white people. To be honest with you, I did one of my little tests. I was just talking to somebody and they were sounding like they were really concerned about the issue, right? And then all of a sudden, when I said that I believe a white person started this and I did not, I couldn't find the video, right? And I said, and it's known historically that they will create a division when they can between two black groups, right? And it can be small, it can be large, whatever it is, but they'll create a division between two black groups in the end to get what they want. Now, you know already that the stuff going on between this administration, Musk, and South Africa, and the black South Africans, which include the Zulu, right? Um, and all that stuff going on with the white people over there and all kind of stuff going on. Well, they also never wanted um, black people participating in Mardi Gras, right? And so they're like, okay, if we can get these two groups at odds, right? Potentially black Americans won't care or won't stand up for, quote unquote, black South Africans when we move into our next phase of whatever we're going to do, right? And vice versa, right? So we're going to create another division and and I remember the video did not quite explain any historical context or anything. They just said, well, this is what's going on over here. And I remember he was white. I remember he was white. He said, what do you guys think? And then this whole thing blew up. Okay, this whole thing blew up. So, yeah, I'm very much aware of what's going on. And yeah, but the person that I was talking to when I mentioned all that, they immediately tried to anger me. And that's where I knew something was wrong. They immediately tried to anger me and say, this is what the parade should be called. And I'm not going to repeat what he said. So I went ahead and blocked. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, that's what's going on right here. Because when you really get down to the root of it, black Americans are the only group here that have successfully done what we've done over here. And so they're like, okay, if we can not get black Americans to fight for black South Africans, we might be able to do a little bit more because black Americans were the one who pushed for to help end apartheid, right? So that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Everybody isn't what they seem to be online. So you have to really keep talking to see what's behind all this. Okay, what's behind all this? So yeah, and it's easy to get somebody upset about something cultural that they do. That it's really easy to get someone upset about something cultural they do, especially in black groups around the world, because we all know that many white people do not have that type of unity, that type of bond. They're more individualistic and they're more, I'm gonna take whatever, I'm gonna take whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this is historic. And so, and I'm not talking about all white people. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about because this is written down in the paper by white people. They said this in the paper. So yeah, so and then I see every time I see even some white South Africans go, yeah, this is what y'all are doing. Yeah, I'm like, shh, this ain't got nothing to do with you. In my head, because it'll be very easy to create some type of toward two different black groups. They're pros at doing it. And that's why I've started to say the leaders of both the crew of Zulu and the leaders of Zulu, they can get together and talk. Ain't nobody else really concerned, especially somebody white, because they're known to do this. And of course the account that I was talking to had a little bit of followers, and they had one post, and they didn't have a face. Mm-hmm. These people will pay people to create dissension. I have a whole video on it. They wrote about it in the paper. So, yeah, gotta watch out. I agree with you wholeheartedly.